Paranormal activity, we have had every phenomenon you could think of.
This property was involved with a lot of different wars.
The walls of this house were pretty much soaked with blood.
I undoubtedly think there's a portal in this house.
Morgue.
What?
Whoa.
And it was a little kid.
It was a little kid.
I hear you.
Whoa. Oh, who is behind me?
Like climbing the wall.
Hello?
I just don't feel good.
Leave. Please. All right, Ryan, we are here in Glade Spring, Virginia at the Nickerson Snead house.
I am really excited for this one because on this property, before this house was ever built, there was actually a fort that was used during the Revolutionary War and the French and Indian War. But when Nickerson Snead built this house here, it would become a field hospital during the Civil War, and the basement was used as a temporary morgue to house the bodies of those lost in battle. And they say that the spirits of some of those soldiers may still haunt these halls.
Just a crazy amount of history here.
It is wild, it is beautiful, and it is very historical. And I'm ready to head inside and to hear some of the history and learn some of the history from the people that work here and have had paranormal experiences themselves. So are you ready to go inside, Dave?
More than ready.
Let's head in.
Let's go.
This property was settled in the mid-1700s by Francis Kincannon. He came over from England and he built a fort here. It was called Fort Kincannon or Kincannon's Fort. It was here during the Revolutionary War and the French and Indian War. We're not sure how many structures sat on the property. We know of at least one, which is a 2-room log cabin that still sits in the center of the house. Dr. Nickerson Snead built the house we see today around that 2-room log cabin, and he was a physician during the Civil War, and this was a field hospital.
Oh, wow. This is really cool.
This is incredible. Here we are inside the Nickerson Snead house. This is amazing.
During the period of the Civil War, when it was used as a field hospital, there probably would have been soldiers guarding the house, Confederate soldiers, and then of course you've got Union soldiers that are in the house being treated. I do know that the cellar was used as a morgue during the winter months to hold the bodies, because it was just that you couldn't bury them. The winters here were brutal and the ground was so frozen, so there would have been dead soldiers in the basement. And I was told that during the summer months, there were probably soldiers down there waiting to be seen because it was cooler and it was more comfortable for them down there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that basement because you think of the energy that is held down there. I mean, the walls of this house in that time were pretty much soaked with blood.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really excited because part of this house was built before the Revolutionary War and was used as a fort. And you can see right here the step on the floor that is raised up. This step would have been the divider. This is the original cabin. This is the original structure, the oldest part. So this part of the house predates the United States of America, and that is incredible.
Yes, it is.
Paranormal activity, we have had everything, every phenomenon you could think of. We've had whistling, we've had touching, we have seen shadow figures, we've seen doppelgangers, we've seen full body apparitions, we have heard disembodied voices, pretty much you name it, and it's here. I guess one of the most memorable paranormal experiences that I've had in the house, I was in the house waiting on an electrician. I came in and went to the back, and I stopped at the door to the dining room. I was kind of trying to decide, do I want to go in the basement, go ahead and turn the breaker on, or do I want to go in the office? And while I was standing there trying to decide what I want to do, there was this huge crash in the room above my head, and it shook the house. It almost sounded like a dresser or a piece of furniture had been toppled over upstairs. Nothing was out of place and no one was in the house, and we couldn't find any reason for the crash.
And only adding to the energy of this room, they've actually told us that they have used this as the seance room. And they'll sit at this table and perform seances because there's something very interesting about the house. They believe all of that death, all of that tragedy that this house saw may have invited more spirits in than just those that died here.
I undoubtedly think there's a portal in this house. I think it does have to do with the soldiers that died, the battles that were close. Route 11, which is in front of the house, was a trade route for the Native Americans. The house sits on limestone foundation. You know, there's water at the foot of the hill. We think there are ley lines between the back of the house and the interstate. And of course, there's crossroads. So, I mean, it's a whole plethora of things that I think in my mind would cause a portal. Not to mention that the Mason family that lived here for almost 100 years after the Sneads, they had great loss too. They lost 2 children. It was Josephine and Douglas Mason. When the Mason family lived here, they had a son, Douglas Mason, and I think he was 8 years old. Apparently he was a little mischievous, and he was at the horse stables, and I found out just recently that he was not supposed to be at the horse stables, and he was behind the horse, startled it, and it kicked him in the head, and while he was waiting on a physician, he died, and he actually laid on a couch right here at the foot of the steps, and that's where he died. So then Josephine Mason was 10 or 12, and she had a succession of illnesses. She had measles, mumps, and then diphtheria, and her little body just couldn't take it. She died from the diphtheria. They are huge tricksters. They love to steal things, tiny things, and the kids like to mess with you a lot.
After the death of Douglas Mason and his sister, even in this house, they believe there's a lot of unexplained activity attributed to the children. Not just down here on this level, but especially upstairs. And there's also, they believe, the spirits of the Sneads, Betsy and Nickerson Snead, still in their living space up there, still in his office. And from what I've heard, stirring up Nickerson Snead really sets activity loose, paranormal activity loose in this house. So let's head up there.
If you want things stirred up, you probably want to try to connect with Dr. Snead. And there is a rumor, it has not been proven, we cannot find any documentation, but there was a story that he had a slave that died. The story was he either died in the fields from just heat exhaustion, old age, who knows, or Dr. Snead killed him. At that time, you could not have dead bodies to study. Unless you bought bodies from grave robbers. So since this poor man was his property, he used his body as a skeleton in his office. He took the body apart, he boiled the flesh off, he reassembled the bones and kept it in his office. And apparently, the story goes that these children, when they were seen, they would steal little bones, like a toe or a part of a finger. And he became so upset one day that he just took the skeleton and just dug a hole and threw it in it. So we don't know if that's true or not, but that may be a trigger to get some activity or get some responses from Dr. Snead.
Let's check it out. Wow. I don't know how to explain it really. It's kind of just like wherever we go while we're in here, it's like we're being followed and like somebody's watching us kind of from around the corners.
And there was a story that Rhonda had told us that I think we should really tap into, because if it is true, if there was a slave that died on the property of mysterious circumstances and was kept up here, not given a proper burial, but kept on this land, and that was a secret that Dr. Snead did not want to get out, then that may stir up some some activity. It may stir up a response from him. He may answer and tell us whether it's true or not. Well, with that, I think there's only one more spot for us to actually go and see. One more spot that we haven't been. Let's go see the basement for the first time.
Let's do it.
Okay, a doppelganger is, it looks like someone else. It's not who you think it is. It's when I first bought the house, and my sister, my kids, her kids, some of their friends, and her husband, we were all going to just stay all night, just hang out and see what's going on. So we're in this front room. So then I hear her moving around. So I roll over, and I don't understand what she's doing, because she's looking down at a table, and then she turns around and looks at each kid individually. Oh, this is really weird. So the next morning, I tell her about it, and she said, that wasn't me. It mimics voices too. We were putting Halloween stuff away one year after the haunted house, and there was faux fencing in the front and in the back. And I was getting the fencing from the back, and she said, I need to run in and use the bathroom. I'll meet you back outside. And I said, okay, I'm gonna finish getting this fencing. She goes out the front porch, and I'm not there, so she comes back in the house and she's yelling, Rhonda, where you at? Where are you? And then I yell back, I'm in here. I thought you knew where I was. And she said, no, where are you? And then I don't answer again. So she's walking through the house, and she sees me out the window in the backyard still carrying fencing. And yeah, it wasn't me.
Into the basement we go.
Here we go.
It's a little unsettling, knowing that it's mimicking my voice, and then it is making me, it's making itself look like her. It's kind of unsettling.
All right.
It's interesting because this basement is not very large, but to think that they would have had bodies just stacked along the walls of this room, just absolutely piled on top of one another as they were dying until the ground would thaw in the spring so that they could be buried, is a very intimidating and very creepy thing to think about. And who knows how many of those souls, how many of those soldiers are still here. The contrast is, in the wintertime it was used as a morgue, but they said in the summertime there would be soldiers waiting to be seen down here. And yeah, to think that this would be where they would be waiting to find out whether Dr. Snead was going to be able to save their life or not is just very creepy.
It is.
That energy left behind, the energy soaked into this limestone. It's believed limestone can store that energy. And that could be why the Nickerson Snead house is considered to be so active.
It could be, there's a lot of emotion, probably the most emotion in this basement here, because like you said, this was the modern day waiting room, that we have now. This is what they had, and they didn't know if they were going to be able to go home to their families or if this was their last stop in this house right here. And just a lot of emotion right in here.
And with that, this is the last stop, the last part of the house that we've not seen. Ironically, also probably the last stop for many of the soldiers that came here for medical attention. But it's a very promising location, and I'm really excited to set up the equipment, set up the cameras, and to see what paranormal activity we can capture in the Nickerson Snead house here tonight. I think it's time for abandonment. What do you think?
I would agree. Let's head back upstairs and get it set up.
All right, we are getting ready to leave for abandonment here at the Nickerson Snead house. We are going to leave for 1 hour. Cameras are set up in 4 different parts of the house that are believed to be the most active. We're going to see what happens when this house is completely empty. We have equipment and cameras set up throughout. We have 1 camera here in what they call the seance room, but this is also the room that was a part of the original structure, the fort that was used during not only the Revolutionary War, but the French and Indian War as well. There is a camera right out in the main hallway, right at the bottom of the stairs. It's covering this hallway over here to my right, as well as the stairs leading up. On the second floor, in the red room, Nickerson Snead's office, there is a camera rolling in that room. We have the plasma ball, and what that does is it puts out a lot of static energy. We don't have any static detection devices like REM pods in that room because it will set them off. But what we do have is an EDI plus meter, and we have the paranormal music box set up, pointed through the doorway. We also have a camera in the basement pointing right into the room that they used as a temporary morgue for the soldiers that would die while they were receiving medical treatment in this house. We're gonna see what happens. Are you ready to leave the house for an hour and see what these cameras pick up?
I'm more than ready.
Let's do it. Let's head out.
Let's do it. Fist bump it. Let's go.
That was hard to do in the dark. And it is dark in here. We're back.
Hold on. I thought I heard the music box. Go up there to that one first and see if anything is going down. Okay, I'm gonna cut this.
Did you just say something?
No, but I did hear that.
That was really weird.
It was.
That was a man's voice.
Yeah, that was very weird.
Did you just say something?
Are you ready to begin the investigation of the Nickerson Snead house?
I am. We already have the action cam and the thermal imaging camera rolling up there on that second floor. And when we got back from abandonment, I swear I heard a man's voice. So we'll see what happens when we get up here. Maybe that was Nickerson Snead himself. Maybe we can try and make contact with him.
Maybe. Let's go try.
Let's do it. It's a weird feeling in here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there is.
Do you want to start in the red room?
Yeah.
Set up some stuff in there. I know we had abandonment set up in there, but we have this hallway area covered out here. There's nothing in the red room right now, so let's head in there.
Passing through. Dr. Snead, are you here?
I hear you.
Whoa.
If you can hear us, Dr. Snead, my name is Ryan and this is Dave, and we got some lights that are all over the place. Things that you can touch, things that you can light up when you get close to them. The lights will turn on when you get as close as you can to these boxes. Can you do that to show us you're here? We'd love to learn your story, to learn about you.
Morning.
Like mourning is not like mourning. It's like mourning as in mourning a death.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Are you in mourning, Dr. Snead? We thought we heard your voice or someone's voice when we got back here to the house this evening.
Follow me.
Which way should we go? Can you light up something to know which way to go? There's a bright red light on the floor here. Can you try and touch that?
Are any of the soldiers that fought for the Confederacy here? Any rebels? Are there any Union soldiers here? Anyone who fought for the United States of America?
We really would love for somebody to come out and talk to us, please.
So we're going to use the Ghost Tube Vox, and it is a program designed by our friends Amy and Jared from Amy's Crypt, and it uses the magnetometer to pick up on fluctuations in magnetic fields, and then it will select how to sweep the spirit box from those fluctuations. If we happen to hear a voice come through that answers our questions that's relevant, a relevant response could be a response from someone here in the house. I just need just 1 second here.
You good? Did it say sit down?
I don't know. I just don't feel good. Like I don't know if it's the heat or what. I just don't. I feel lightheaded. I feel like I'm.
Dr. Snead, Ryan is not feeling well. The throat? Dr. Snead, can you hurry?
I didn't say anything before I sat down. What the f?
Dr. Snead, is this you? If you're just now getting here and you can just now hear us, my name is Dave and this is Ryan. Can you come and help? Say why?
Okay, I'll stand up. I guess. I'm gonna get up now.
You need to go outside for a minute?
Maybe, I don't know.
Let me just step down here for a second.
I'm gonna step down to the bottom of the stairs.
He was killed.
Whoa.
What?
It sounded like it said he was killed, and then that second voice sounded like it said take your time.
He was killed.
Whoa.
What?
All right, Dr. Snead, I'm the only one up here. Would you come and talk to me, please? Remember that glowing red light here in the hallway? Can you try and touch that and let me know that you're here? I'll walk down here and give you a little room. What was that? What did you say? We heard the spirit. Some of the spirits of the Mason family and the Snead family are here. Is that true?
And we are?
We are? Who was that? Can you please tell me your name? Oh, that was creepy. Is this the doctor?
What was there?
I'd say almost there.
Either that or what was there.
Whoa.
What?
Felt like something just sat down on this couch with me, like the couch moved.
Really?
Yeah.
It's me.
I thought it either said that or Snead.
Oh, maybe it did.
I thought, to me it sounded like it said Snead, which would be really creepy.
Did someone just sit next to Ryan there? That's so weird.
And I don't know why I'm feeling so weird. If you're near me, I'm gonna have to ask you to back away from me, please. What'd you hear?
There was just a weird, like, little chuckle or something as you were saying that.
I thought coming down here would make me feel better, but I still feel like I'm gonna pass out.
That's so weird.
Interesting.
Whoa.
It said interesting.
Yeah,
And it was a little kid.
there was a little kid. What was her name?
I can't remember what her first name was.
Little girl, what was your name? That was very clearly a little girl.
Okay. I'm gonna try and come back up.
Okay. Ryan's coming back up.
Okay. I'm gonna head back up these stairs and see if I can make it. The parents.
Why don't you sit down?
I don't know what happened there. I just almost fell. It's like I just all of a sudden got like so dizzy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, blindfold is going on. All right, I'm ready, Dave.
Okay.
I'll wait until the lights are out to put the headphones on.
Okay.
If anyone's down here with me, my name is Ryan. I'm going to be listening to this box right here. And if you're here, you can use it to speak. Any soldiers, any Civil War soldiers, Dave's going to ask the questions. And if you can hear him, try and answer his questions by talking to me. Headphones going on.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to start the Estes session. Ryan is going to be downstairs in the basement, and I'm going to be up here on this level. Just, we're kind of split up a little bit. We don't know how to get those lights off in there, so. Okay, so I'm going to be asking the spirits of this house, if there are any here. I'm going to be asking you some questions. And my friend Ryan is downstairs. He has a device that you can talk to him through.
Ooh, it sounded like the same man's voice came through twice, but it sounded like the second word was asshole.
Okay, well, I think we're trying to be pretty friendly. Nobody's trying to be rude.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah? I thought he just said, hey, Dave. Yes, my name is Dave. What is your name? Is your name Dave too?
Who's he? This is one of those responses that I wish I would have heard in real time. But that's exactly why we record the spirit box for you to hear and review. In the basement morgue of this Civil War field hospital, it sounds like a man is calling out to President Lincoln.
I'm standing in the old cabin right now. Are there any soldiers here?
10.
10. Are you a soldier who lost your life here? Are the Mason children here? Go tell Ryan.
I thought I heard the number 10 again, but a man's voice said something else that I couldn't quite make out.
Is that how old you were when you passed away?
That was me.
What happened to you? Please tell me what happened.
In the ground. Lie.
Are you buried on the property here? Did Dr. Snead kill you?
Another man's voice couldn't make it out.
I don't know if that was Ryan talking to himself or not.
Right hand.
I have my camera in my right hand.
And then something about his back.
Dr. Snead, if you're here, I want you to communicate with me through Ryan down there. Did you kill a man and keep his skeleton here?
Back. And then something about a war, I thought, was right before that.
This property was involved with a lot of different wars.
Home.
How old were you when you passed away? Can you tell me that? I know one of the children got kicked by a horse.
Mom? Stay with me?
Can you remind me what year it is?
Woman's voice there. I couldn't make it out, though. Very distant.
Did you pass away right here at the bottom of these stairs? Waiting on the doctor? I heard you passed away and died right here. If that's true, can you light that thing up right there? All you have to do is try and touch it.
Incredible.
Incredible. I'll walk away and give you some space. Maybe you'll feel comfortable doing that for me now. Go ahead.
Couldn't leave.
When this was a fort, did you pass away here? Or did you live here or build this place?
Done.
Is your spirit still here?
Going to die?
We're all going to die at some point, aren't we? That's just the way this game works.
Homesick?
Homesick. Do you miss your... I mean, obviously you miss your home. Were you in the war?
Awful.
Who is homesick? What is your name?
I took the headphones off for a second. That was very weird. All the voices just stopped.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This Estes session has been very unique. It's not like a direct conversation, but rather like I've been eavesdropping on moments of this house's history. Which makes sense. Down in this basement, I'm surrounded by limestone on all sides. And limestone is known to absorb energy and amplify residual paranormal activity. So we start to wonder if Dave would have the same experience if he was placed down here alone.
Oh, the cat ball's going off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The one in front of the chair?
Behind.
Oh, damn.
And it stopped as soon as I came down.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
We're getting
it is.
resituated here. And as Dave is heading down to listen to the spirit box, he's getting situated down there. He walked to the bottom of the stairs, and that cat ball was flashing.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Lights off in the basement. All right, now, if there's anyone here with me, my name is Ryan. I was listening down there to that box that you were talking through. But Dave is listening now.
Hi.
Hello.
Male voice.
It's very nice to meet you. My name's Ryan. Can you tell me your name?
It's me.
That doesn't help me too much. Who is me? If there's anyone in the house, Dave is down below our feet.
Run.
Why? Why would I run? Is there someone here who means to hurt me?
Ground.
Ground again. I heard ground. Are you buried here on the property?
I am not alone down here.
Tell Dave, are you buried here on the property?
Male voice, I couldn't make it out.
Were you a slave here? Was this place turned into a doorway? A portal for anyone to come through?
Behind.
Are you behind me? Are you behind me right now?
Leave. Please.
Why do you want us to leave?
Female.
Is this Mrs. Snead? Betsy? Is there something wrong with this place?
Morgue.
What? Yes. That basement down there was used as a morgue. Was your body stored down there in the morgue?
Oh, who is behind me?
Speak to him, please. Get close to him, as close as you can, and try and use your voice through that box.
Taking the headphones off.
Okay.
So we're going to be walking through the house here using the SLS camera, which is a structured light sensor set up here. It searches for human type figures, and if it sees something there, it'll try and map it out, whether it be a human or what we think it works with spirits as well. So we're going to walk through the house here and see if we can pick anything up tonight. You want to start through here?
Yeah.
If there's anybody in here with us, could you step in front of me so I can take your picture?
Brick wall.
I thought that was the doorway.
Where's the why is it just blue?
I was like, wow, it must be Something really big standing there.
I know the thing that Dave is holding looks very weird, but it's not going to hurt you. What it does is it just allows us to get your portrait. If you stand right in front of it, close to Dave, we should be able to see you. At least that's how we think it works.
Let's circle through the front room here.
Okay.
I thought I just heard something here behind me. That really did sound like movement on the floor back here. I thought I just heard something here behind me. I thought I just heard something here behind me.
Hello? You can shut that door if you'd like to play a prank on us.
If you're in here with me, can you stand in front of me so I can take your picture? Are any of the Mason or Snead families here? Doctor, are you in here?
Into the red room.
Doctor, are you in your office? So far, nothing.
Yeah. Very quiet.
Mm-hmm. Are there any soldiers in here? Whoa.
Something, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
What is it doing? Huh, it's like on the bed.
Oh.
What is that?
I don't know.
It's like climbing the wall.
Hello? They're both gone.
Yeah. Standing here at the top of the stairs, there was a couple of weird figures that popped up right here, but, you know, until we review the evidence, we're not really going to have any idea what we actually captured.
Right.
So they know what we caught, but we don't.
I'm anxious to see what we got on abandonment. Go back through all of that.
And on the audio that we recorded,
Yeah.
it really is an interesting house with a lot of history. And just being here, aside from any evidence that we may have captured, just being here in this house was fascinating. It was very cool.
Yeah.
And if anyone out there watching wants to visit the Nickerson Snead house in Glade Spring, Virginia, we would highly recommend it. This place is fascinating, and it is beautiful, and it is worth visiting.
Absolutely.
This cabin has been here since the 1890s, and they believe that it's haunted by the former owner.
And what is the cabin number of this one, Ryan?
The haunted Cottage number 13.
Was it you that closed the door to the bathroom there a little bit ago? What was that? Oh, wow.
REM pod, holy shit. Hello? they turned it into an accommodation cottage for people to come and stay. Are you upset about that?
And it just went off.
Wow. It's not very often we get activity the moment that we step inside, but that's what happened here. Ooh, I feel like there's something to my left side, like I felt like something brush up against my hand. That was creepy. Is that you standing in front of Dave? That's the first time that the paranormal music box has gone off tonight. Sounded like a child's voice said, lights.
All right, Ryan, here we are. We're in rural Ohio at the Macbeth Cottage here at Landall's Mohican Castle.
Yeah, this place has a very interesting story. Now, this cabin has been here since the 1890s, and they believe that it's haunted by the former owner, who is upset with renovations that were made when it was actually renovated to be a cottage for the hotel called Landall's Mohican Castle, which is supposedly haunted in its own right.
Yes.
But they believe that that former owner was upset by those renovations, and that makes this the most haunted building on the site of the entire Landall's Mohican Castle Hotel.
And I will say we already had an interesting experience earlier. Well, I did. I was using the restroom in there and we came outside to do a few things. And when I went back in, the bathroom door had been closed on its own. Now, I will say, I was in the bathroom, came out, and I did not close that door like that. So I'm gonna have to tell Ryan about that when I go outside. That's a bit odd. Here's the restroom. You can see that door does not close by itself, even. That is strange. Okay.
And you didn't shut the door at all after you came out of the bathroom?
No. It would make no sense for me to go to the restroom and close the door behind me on the way out.
Right. And when you went back in there, it was closed?
It was closed, yep.
So before we go into the cottage here, we're gonna do a daytime session of investigating because they say that the paranormal activity can happen at any time. We're gonna be staying here tonight to see if that former owner that said to haunt this cabin or any of the other spirits of this castle or land will come out and speak to us while we're investigating here tonight.
Oh yeah, and another thing that's working in our favor is previously on the channel, we've investigated a haunted cabin 13. And what is the cabin number of this one, Ryan?
This is called the Macbeth Cottage, and it is the haunted cottage number 13.
That's right. Maybe we'll get just as lucky tonight with this one.
Yeah, you talk about weird synchronicities and some strange coincidences. One of the most haunted cabins that we've ever investigated was called Cabin 13, and now here we are at Cottage 13.
Oh yeah.
Let's go inside and do a little investigating in here during the daytime when the sun is still out, see what happens, and then we'll come back after dark and see if we can capture anything on camera tonight.
Let's do it. Let's go inside.
Let's do it. All right, so if there's
Later this evening.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
That's creepy. Yes, we will be back later this evening to talk to you and speak to you. If this is the former owner of this cottage, my friend, my name is Ryan and this is Dave. We don't know your name, but we would love to. And we want to know your thoughts on your home and what happened to it. A lot of people believe you're upset.
What was that? Oh, wow.
REM pod. Holy shit. Hello? Already, we haven't even been inside here for a minute.
No. And I did unplug the TV just so we all know.
Yeah, the TV's not plugged in. Sir, if that's you, If that's you, can you light it all the way up again for us?
Whoa.
That's all the way.
Yeah. Wow.
We will be back later this evening. We're here now, but we're going to go up and eat dinner here in a little bit. And we're going to be back later this evening to talk to you.
I do have a question for you. Was it you that closed the door to the bathroom there a little bit ago? If it was you, could you try and close that again? Can you push it closed right now? Whoa. Whoa. These are brand new batteries and everything, you guys.
Brand new batteries.
What was that?
What did you hear?
It sounded like jingling change. You didn't hear that?
No.
Push that door shut for us, please. What was that? I don't know.
Sir, was that you that pushed the door shut when Dave got done in the restroom earlier? He said he didn't shut that door, but when he came back in here after being outside for a couple of minutes, the door was shut.
Noah.
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 Is your name Noah? We don't know what his name was at all.
No.
So, I mean, it could be that his name is...
Inside.
Inside.
And notice how the REM pod is stopped now. Is it okay if we come back into the bedroom and come back towards the bathroom? If you prefer that door to be shut, sir, you can shut it. If your name is Noah. Let's walk back towards the bathroom here.
All right, sir, we're going to come into the bedroom area here.
Just like that one that's behind Dave that you were touching, there's one here on the bed that does the same thing. Is there any way that you could touch that one for us? Or if you don't want it on the bed, you can push it off of there.
That was so weird, man.
It's creepy. Now it's just silent.
Yeah.
As soon as we walk in here, it said later this evening, Noah, the REM pod was going nuts. Like as soon as we walked in here. It's not very often that we get activity in places the moment that we step inside, but that's what happened here. As soon as we stepped inside this place, it just started to go crazy.
Yeah, that was a little unexpected. I don't know. Maybe there is a gentleman still here. Somebody's still here because that was going off.
Yeah. Sir, are you happy with the fact that they turned your home, your old cottage, your old house, they turned it into an accommodation cottage for people to come and stay? And that there's new people in your home every single night? Are you upset about that?
It's also reported that the microwave comes on by itself in here. Is that you that does that? That right there in the corner, that's a microwave, in case you don't know.
The housekeeper said that they've been in here and the microwave is just turned on by itself. That the lights turn on and off. Unexplainably. That the water has turned on.
Have we met?
We have not met before. What is your name? My name is Dave, and this is Ryan over here.
We don't mean any disrespect.
You want to walk into this room?
Yeah, let's walk back into the bedroom. if you want us to come back out of the bedroom when we're in here, you know how to do it. Now this was the door, right, Dave?
Yeah, that is the door that was closed.
You came in here after knowing that you came out of the restroom here, out of the toilet, out of the bathroom, knowing that you'd left the door open, and when you came back in, the door is shut. And like you did before.
So, when we got here earlier, this was already open, and this has been open the whole time. And yes, these things are on here, but it's not, like if I push that.
Now what if you pull it shut just a little bit? Like you didn't close it all the way. Now open it up about halfway from that, about 45 more degrees. And then, hold on, stay there. Leave it like that. I'm gonna open the front door and see if there's any suction to cause it to close. So let's say you had it, you didn't open it all the way, you were getting ready to leave, and you came outside.
I mean, it wiggles just a little bit, but it doesn't move.
It didn't close? Uh-oh, hold on.
What? Clipped?
This RP is dead now.
Dead?
Yeah. It says change battery pack. Whoa. So it did die. That's interesting.
I wonder if it stole the energy from that or something.
It could have. Did you drain the battery? Because that hasn't been on that long.
Look.
It was maybe, what, like a 15-minute clip?
Yeah.
And now the REM pod that has been silent for a while starts to go off again.
That's very cool. Thank you for doing that for us. That's why we're here, to try and communicate with you, to see if you still can communicate with us.
What was that?
I don't know.
I thought I just heard like moaning.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
It was like back here.
Let me walk out and see if there's...
Whoa.
What is going on here?
I don't know. Whoa. Is there anyone outside that could possibly have like a radio?
Wouldn't think so.
It's pretty secluded out here, and it's a hotel.
But why isn't this one in here going off?
Right. If it was a RF radio frequency, it'd set that one off too.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that. We're not upset that you are doing that. It's just very... It's what we want you to do, so...
Did you drain the batteries from that thing that's over there in the corner?
Huh. I don't hear any kids out there.
Me neither. I'm gonna go grab a battery here for that camera, just so we can switch it out and get it rolling again. I'm gonna leave this rolling here on the REM pod. Maybe while I'm out there, go back there towards the bathroom and see if you can get him to shut the door again.
Yeah.
I'll be right back in a minute once I get this battery.
And notice also the ghost tube has not said anything either. And the Mel meter that's on this bed has not gone off. I'm feeling really cold air right here on my... I feel really cold air right here. Is that you? Are you standing by me? If you are, can you make our light go off again? And it just went off. Wow. Dude.
What?
The craziest thing just happened.
What?
I was standing right here just like this, and I felt this intense cold air come down my arm here. And I said, if that's you making my arm cold like that, or standing here by me, make that go off again. And it went off.
Wow. Dude, let me get this battery in here. I brought 2 just in case it happens again.
Okay, so you can you can intelligently communicate with us. So if that was you that closed the door that's directly behind me right now.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you. So could you close the door again for me right now so I can see that?
What happened?
I heard something behind me like it. I don't know. Go on, can you close that door right there? I'm pointing at it.
Command.
What'd it say?
Command.
Wow. Okay. That's on. We're rolling
Yeah,
again.
I'm not really commanding you. I'm just asking you if you could please do it. You don't have to, but I just thought it was very interesting that it was closed before.
Thank you. We're going to go back by the bathroom here. Can you follow us back here? Wow.
Fight.
Fight?
Bite.
Bite? So that is already 3 actually, if you count the REM pod and your experience with that cold energy coming over you. That is multiple very interesting experiences already, and we've only been in this cabin but like 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We haven't even started our investigation tonight. So I'm excited to see what happens when the sun goes down and we're alone in this place. Exactly what is going to happen. What type of paranormal experiences are we gonna have? This place has multiple reports of paranormal activity, and in the last 15 to 20 to 30 minutes, we've already proven that that is true. I'm excited to set up these cameras and to do an abandonment session in this cabin to see exactly what's gonna happen. And then later come back and find out exactly what could or is haunting the Macbeth Cottage number 13 here at Landall's Mohegan Castle. Are you ready, Dave?
I am ready, but I think the spirits here are more ready than we are, apparently.
Again?
Yeah, we'll be back again.
We're just gonna go grab some stuff that we can set up here for you. Stuff that you can touch and move and talk to us through. Things that you can use to tell your story. Because that's really why we're here. We're here to find out who you were, what your connection to this cottage is, and to be able to tell other people exactly what it is that will make you happy. What was that? Did something just move beside you?
Something right here on this shelf.
Whoa.
Dude.
Now this one just went off.
Yeah.
Let me check and make sure that was not me.
Well, thank you very much for doing that. We will be back with all of our equipment.
Just give us a little bit of time to set it up, and we'll be back. All right, so we have night vision on right now, but that's only because we shut all the windows in the cabin. Whatever windows that we weren't able to get closed, we put a pillow up against the window. So yeah, we tried to make it as dark in here as we possibly could. So it is gonna be dark here. Sunset is gonna be here in about 2 hours or so from what I can tell. So
We're gonna leave this abandonment set up here right now though, because we can't miss out on anything that happens, because we just had a few minutes ago some amazing activity in here moments after we stepped into this cabin. So we have a camera here in the main dining room pointing into the living room. Behind me here is the microwave that housekeeping says will randomly just start running on its own with no explanation. We have the REM pod set up in the same spot all the way across the room there behind Dave. Inside that room, we have a camera rolling into the bedroom and on that bathroom door that Dave said closed on its own. We also have a Mel meter on the bed, and we're gonna have a thermal imaging camera pointing back into that room. So if any temperature anomalies occur, we're gonna be able to know about it. We're gonna have this whole cabin also wired with motion sensors as well, so we're not gonna miss anything. We're gonna leave for about an hour and come back, see what these cameras picked up. You ready, Dave?
I am ready.
Before you turn that on, you wanna give them one?
Oh yeah. I sure do.
Can't forget about that. Remember guys, brand new merch over on our merch site, paranormalquestmerch.com. Dave's gonna tell you why you need to buy the We're Leaving merch.
Yes, so you want to make sure that you have your We're Leaving merch because why?
Because We're Leaving is an important part of this show, because when we begin abandonment, we have to let the cameras know that we're leaving.
Yeah. Guys, go grab you some We're Leaving merch. Make sure you hit the like button on this. Let's get it to 6,500 thumbs up. And I just have one last thing to say.
What's that, Dave?
We're leaving!
He needs a lozenge. Let's get out of here.
Unlock keys?
All I have is my keys, because my phone's running the thermal.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's go.
Now that the cottage is empty, it seems eerily quiet. You'd never know that just 15 minutes ago, the REM pod was alarming on command. In fact, the only piece of equipment to trigger it all was the EDI plus meter, which detected a change in temperature and a change in air pressure. But after that, nearly 40 minutes passes before something truly bizarre happens. Listen carefully, and know that Dave and I are still at the restaurant. It sounds like someone is trying to open the front door of the cottage. You can't hear any cars pull up, and no car doors close, but without warning, footsteps can be heard on the porch, and the door handle can be heard rattling. In this situation, we actually pray that this is paranormal, because the alternative is much more chilling. Either we just captured the phantom sounds of a ghost on the porch, or a living person was just trying to enter the cottage while we were gone. But something else about this footage baffles us. The first noise that's heard on the footage is the doorknob rattling. You can't hear anyone approaching. But also, Listen to the ticking of the clock on the wall. Its rhythmic sound hasn't faltered for the 70 minutes preceding this encounter. And then, in that split second before the doorknob begins to rattle, it's almost as though the speed of time changes. Listen closely to the clock. Is this just a bizarre coincidence that coincided with an unexpected visitor? Or did the speed of time just change right before this paranormal experience? Tell us what you think in the comments below.
We're back.
From what we understand, we don't know, that hasn't really gone off.
Decompose. Clear.
Decompose clear? Rolling.
Along. Love. Rose line.
Along the rose line, huh?
It should stop here soon.
Pillow.
Pillow moan, huh? This is a popular spot for couples to have romantic getaways, and it says pillow moan. That's a little too on the nose there.
Average. Thin.
Let's say
Still.
quite average thin still.
Listen, man, he's not even in bed yet. Don't talk about being average.
If at any point that gets on your nerves.
If it keeps going like that, I'll probably turn it off.
Okay.
If it shuts up.
So, we're going to start out the night with an Estes Method Spirit Box session. We just got back from abandonment, and of course, we don't know what happened while we were gone, although you guys at home already know what happened. So, yeah, we're just kind of starting the investigation. The only information we have is that we were having some very relevant REM pod responses earlier, as well as some very interesting personal experiences ourselves. So we'll see. Dave's going to be out here in the dining room, living room area. I'm going to be sitting here in the bedroom listening to the spirit box. Now, Dave's not going to be able to hear the spirit box, only I am, but I'm not going to be able to hear his questions or see what he's doing because I'm going to have blindfold on. And I'm going to call out what I hear through the spirit box, and hopefully it's relevant to his questions. And as always, we are going to record the spirit box audio so that when we give you this video, this documentary, we can play it for you. What'd it say?
Bush.
Bush. Huh. We are going...
Okay.
Did it just say bush wood?
It said bush wood bottom.
Oh god, Ovilus is giving us a run for our money right now.
I'm not sure if it's the Ovilus itself, or the romantic nature of this cabin, but it said more suggestive words here than any other investigation that we've used it on, and that's part of the reason why we didn't leave it set up on the abandonment.
We might not want to leave the Ovilus for this.
Idea. Team. Man. Meat. Surprise!
Man meat surprise.
Surprise!
The frequency at which the device is throwing out words is also a problem. It can be disruptive, and on this Estes session, If it keeps talking every 5 seconds, Dave will have to shut it off.
But anyway, as always, we're going to be recording the spirit box audio for you to hear as well, so that whenever I hear the words, you can as well. Not only are you going to know that I'm not making it up, but also you're going to be able to hear the responses as well. And of course, they'll be displayed on screen. I'm going to go ahead and put the blindfold on now, and then put the headphones on.
Sounded like those chairs just moved over there. Energy.
Okay. I am sweeping.
All right. Can you hear me?
Place.
Is this too loud? Can you hear me, Ryan? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, for any of the spirits,
Stop.
why do you want me to stop?
Once again.
All right, to any of the spirits that are here in this cabin, in this cottage, my name is Dave. In the other room there, that is Ryan.
Later.
That is Ryan. And I'm going to be asking you some questions. And you're going to be able to answer me through the radio that Ryan has. Do you understand that?
Distant man's voice kind of sounded like they might.
Direction.
So first of all, I'd like to ask you, are you able to tell...
Now.
Yeah, we're getting started now. I'd like for you to tell Ryan, if you can tell him what your name is. Can you tell him that?
Kind of sounded like prison.
Can you please go into that room and use that radio to tell Ryan what your name is? I would love to know what your name is.
Face.
I'm out here.
Where? Where is out here? Are you out on the front porch? Is that what you mean?
Remember, in this moment, Dave and I have no idea what our cameras captured on abandonment. Knowing now that our cameras captured the sound of someone on the front porch trying to open the front door makes this response and Dave's assumption of its meaning much more chilling.
I'm out here.
Are you out on the front porch? Is that what you mean? You can use any of these devices here. I know earlier you were using this one, like that. This one does the same thing. So all you have to do is try and use those to communicate with us. It lets us know that you're here. Along with the radio.
That was a man's voice, couldn't really make it out. Sounded like I heard the word chain in that sentence, though.
Along with the radio that Ryan has, you can use all of these things to try and communicate with us. So again, can you tell him what my name is? Do you remember? Do you remember what my name is? I'm going to turn the Ovilus off. It's just incessantly going, so sometimes that happens. All right, I've turned that device off. You're no longer able to use that one. So if
We don't want.
You don't want what? Do you not want us to be in here? Are you upset that... Whoa. Thank you very much for doing that. Can you try this one right here? You were doing it earlier. But really, if you can, I'd love for you to use the radio that my friend Ryan has to say words to us.
Ooh, I feel like there's something to my left side, like I felt like something brush up against my hand. That was creepy. And right before that happened, I thought I heard a man say, I like him, or I like that.
The bell went off right when he said that. Are you standing beside Ryan? Did you touch his hand? If you're standing beside my friend in there, can you try touching him again? But somehow
I did hear something there, but... Oh, wow. It sounded like it said, get out or something like that, male voice.
Why do you want us to get out?
And I think the voice beforehand might have said mine, but it was the same voice.
Who is this person that's coming through talking to Ryan? What is your name? Tell us, please.
His problem.
His problem. Did you close the door in the other room there earlier? EDI just went off. Mel just went off. Make this one go off, please. Can you make this one go off? Right here. What if I count down for you? 3, 2, 1, go. EDI went off. Now right in here, I'm pointing at it. I'm pointing at a door. I'm pointing at it. Can you close that door like you did earlier?
Hi, get away, or I get away.
Well, we're not going to be going anywhere. We're sleeping here tonight. How do you feel about that? We're going to be sleeping here tonight. The EDI is going crazy over there. I was just about to say I have a very strong feeling something's about to happen. And the millimeter went off. You're in this room, aren't you? Man.
Who is there?
I already told you my name is Dave. And that is Ryan in there. Who are you? I don't know if I've ever seen the EDI ever be that active before.
That's me?
Is that you making that device go off like that? Is that what you're saying? If it is, if that's what you're saying, make this one go off. I'm pointing at it. Whoa. If that's you making that go off, can you just push that over? I won't be upset if you push it over. I'm asking you to. Go ahead, push it over. All you have to do is barely touch that thing and it'll fall over.
I thought I heard a very, very faint man's voice say, I like that thing.
If you're talking about that thing that you like, show me how much you like that thing and push it over. And you'll notice how the EDI has completely stopped.
It sounded like a child's voice that time, but it sounded like a child's voice said, lights?
What?
Or light?
Are you a kid? If you're a kid, can you try and make all the lights on that thing light up? And you can do that just by touching that thing. All the lights will turn on. Isn't it cool how you can talk to Ryan and he can hear you? Isn't that fascinating? If you think that's fascinating, can you try and grab that light? Yeah, see how there's more lights the more that you interact with it? See? Wow. Thank you.
It sounded like a very elderly man's voice said, "I'm done."
Okay, just so I know, can you
my
step
gosh.
away and stop making the light go off so I know it's you?
Oh, wow. Something's going off, huh?
Yeah, man, this has been wild. But what's interesting
Yeah.
is that the EDI was the most active I've ever seen it.
Really?
Yeah. And then I believe I asked if it could stop that and try this one.
And it came to here?
Yeah, and the EDI hasn't gone off since.
Thank you for that. Do you like these lights better than you like to talk through this box that I have? Because
I mean, this is just wild, you guys.
you seemed to talk to me a little bit in the beginning, but as I kept going, the voices were very, very quiet. I could barely even hear you. So I'm guessing you didn't like that, did you?
You good?
Yes. What if over here you came to this orange light right here and tried to talk to us? There's an orange light right over here, and it may pick up your voice. So Dave is rolling on the SLS camera here. We are officially getting ready to sweep the cabin with the structured light sensor camera. And the way this works is it actually projects infrared lasers or structure lights out the front of it, which are then used to determine shapes. So as you can see on screen there, Dave can see the shape of the TV, he can see the shape of the couch, he can see the shape of the table. But when it detects something that's shaped like a human, it maps it with a human stick figure.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we're going to begin the SLS sweep like Ryan said, and we have Ghost Tube Vox running.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. All right, if there are any spirits here in the Macbeth cabin, like we told you earlier, we want to take your picture. So all you have to do is stand in front of me and this device here, and it's going to take your picture. So if you'd like to get your picture taken, now's the time.
There's also a box in my hand that if you walk up... Sorry, I was speaking. I didn't quite catch that. There's a box in my hand that you can use to speak through. We think you can, at least. And we'd love it if you can speak to us and...
I'm working something or other.
Working with, something like that. If you would speak to us through this...
So see, you can see how it's mapping Ryan there. I'm here too. Did you hear that?
I did.
If you're still here,
I feel like there's something, like I feel static behind me right here. And it just got really cold over here by me. That was a laugh.
are you over there by Ryan? That's Ryan over there.
Can you show us you're here by touching the lights that you've liked to use? There's one right here on the counter, but then I also put one on the sink back in the bathroom. Okay, you want to sweep back into the bedroom?
Yeah.
Hello?
Leave.
Wow, same voice too, dude.
Yeah. Hello and leave. If you want us to leave, you're going to need to touch one of these devices that we have with the red light on it. If you would like for us to leave, that's one way to let us know.
That's me.
Who was it that closed this door earlier when we first got here? What is your name? Oh. Whoa. Right on the door.
Right on that door. Is it mapping the bathrobes, you think? Do we see you?
Can you push that door closed? It may be mapping the bathrobes.
Can you see us? We want to speak to the owner.
You have?
You have? We want to speak to the owner of this cabin, so he can tell us what he thinks of all the renovations and changes that they've done to his home. Can you tell me what you think of what they've done to your house? To your beautiful cottage?
We're really hoping somebody could close that door there. Remember this thing here? How come you stopped?
Don't forget.
What is that?
Don't forget.
Remember that thing? How come you stopped using that? Can you try it again for us?
In the stone outside, we noticed that it said Pettit 1949. Who is Pettit?
Whoa.
You got something in front of you?
Like directly in front of me here.
In the shower. Is that you? Is that you standing in front of Dave?
I'm trying to take your picture, so if that's you, come over and touch those orange lights again.
Ew.
That was a weird voice.
Yeah.
That's gone.
The face you made there.
Question.
What's your question?
Come on, stand in front of me here. I'd like to take your picture. If you've never had your picture taken, now's your chance. This is a camera.
Ask him.
That's him? Or ask him?
Ask him, I thought I heard. Isn't it weird, though, how active the REM pod and Melmeter have been tonight, and on this session, absolutely nothing?
Yeah.
With everything in the cottage quieting down, we decide to go to the 230-year-old private cemetery that sits just beside the pool house of the hotel. Many guests to the castle have seen what they believe to be spirits wandering amongst the tombstones at all hours of the day and night. Could it be that these ghosts travel between the buildings, causing staff and guests to have paranormal experiences?
All right, Ryan, we've made a bit of a diversion. Why are we outside?
So while we were sitting in there thinking about what we were going to do next, how we could switch it up, we actually decided that we were going to investigate something that's here on the grounds of the Landal Mohegan Castle. And not only do you have this beautiful castle that was built in 2002 and some beautiful accommodations, cottages, cabins, but up on top of the hill, you have a 230-year-old cemetery called Hyde Cemetery. And they believe that some of the paranormal activity on property here may stem from some of the people that are buried in this cemetery. So we thought, you know, let's do a session up here at this cemetery as well to see what happens. We have some equipment. We have the thermal imaging camera rolling right here on top of my angle. So if anything moves across the cemetery outside here, we'll see its temperature signal.
Oh yeah.
So let's walk out here and set up some equipment.
Let's do it.
I think we're all set up. We got a spread right here across. It is quite a small little cemetery.
It is, yeah.
But 230 years old, they were private back then most of the time. You had to be family or friends. So,
and we're also going to be running on Ghost Tube here.
Rolling, this is the Hyde Cemetery at the Landal Mohegan Castle. Ghost Tube, sync pop.
Whoa.
You hear that music? Can you stand in front of that? Whoa.
Whoa.
Stand directly in front of it for us.
Can you play that music so we can hear it? You just gotta stand there.
Granddaughter.
That's right. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
That's the first time that the paranormal music box has gone off tonight.
Just real quick, I just wanna make sure that does...
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Mary E., wife of Jacob Hyde. Born December 8th, 1800.
Died 1886.
Age of 85. Wow.
That's pretty interesting. Mary, are you the woman in white that people see? Wow.
Mary, if that's you, there's a couple of bright red lights on the ground. It looks like fire. Can you try touching one of those?
Wow. Increasing in frequency now.
Yeah.
Mary, can you step back away from that for a second just so we know that it's you? And like move away from it for at least 5 or 10 seconds so we... I know you like the pretty music, but we are trying to figure out if it's actually you making that go off or if it's something else.
How are you?
Good. Kind of tired. How are you, Ryan?
I'm doing well, thank you.
We're good. How are you?
Mary, we've traveled a long way to speak with you. Or anyone else who's out here in the cemetery. We heard that there's a lot of people from the Hyde family. It's kind of spooky up here.
It is. It's very eerily quiet. If there's anybody in this cemetery with us, you can use this device in my hand. I know none of you probably know what it is because we're kind of from the future. But you can use this to talk to us. And we're going to walk around and give everybody a chance.
Whoa.
I knew it.
No way.
Thank you.
Literally as soon as we walk away.
I had a feeling, man. I had a feeling. Thank you for doing that. Could you try it again?
Whoa.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
It sounded like a female.
Yeah, it sounded like a...
It sounded like it went, whoo,
Yeah.
but not like an owl.
Right. No, it wasn't an owl.
Mary, is that you?
It's so creepy looking back into those trees. I'm just waiting for something to move back there on the FLIR.
I hope it does. Sorry, we don't mean to be rude. We'll introduce ourselves. My name is Dave.
And my name's Ryan.
It doesn't feel
Be
bad.
quiet.
Sorry, are you trying to rest? If you're upset that we're in your...
Below.
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 You asked, are you trying to rest? And it said below.
Yeah.
When we're standing right beside where they are below us.
Right. I guess I am standing on your... Sorry about that. It's dark and we can't see. But if you're upset that we're here and you'd like for us to go, let us know somehow. Do you get many visitors up here? Well, we'll go ahead and leave and be quiet for you.
Isn't it weird also how that millimeter went off and it hasn't gone off since, and the paranormal music box hasn't gone off since?
Right. Okay.
Ooh, maybe we should bring something down here. This seems like a...
Is this a kid?
I don't know.
Lots of little toys. Sarah. Did we get the name Sarah? Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know.
Wife of Anthony
Carnegie.
Carnegie.
Now, there's a lot of gifts all over these tombstones, and one thing that we've seen throughout this cemetery most of the time are actual coins. And that comes from Greek mythology because they believe the river Styx, they had to cross the river Styx when they passed away. And in order to get across the river Styx and into the afterlife, you needed coins to pay
I see you.
I see you.
We'd like to see you.
But they say you needed coins to pay the ferryman in order to get across the river Styx.
Can you see our red lanterns there? Can you try touching them? Sarah, did you die during childbirth?
My name is Ryan, and this is Dave, and we'd love to hear your story. We'd love for you to tell us about who you are and your life here. This is now a castle, a hotel, a resort.
It's dark.
What?
Did it say it's far or it's hard?
Do you like what they've done with this land? Do you like what they've done with your home?
That's enough to make your hair raise.
Yeah, that's so freaking eerie.
Yeah.
I love those, though.
Oh, yeah. In the words of Jason McKinney, though, if anything comes out of that tree line bigger than a loaf of bread.
I'm gonna be up that tree.
I'm watching that tree line.
David.
Whatever comes out of there is bigger than a bread loaf. I'm going in that tree.
Can you tell us what happens after you pass away, after you die? Does our consciousness live on? Do we have some sort of energy still, like a foot in this world?
Leaving.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Start asking the hard questions and they leave.
Yeah, it's gone very quiet, huh?
It has, besides that noise, but that could be. I mean, there are people. There's not many people staying here now because it is early in their season.
Yeah.
It's not like their peak busy season, but there are a couple of cabins that people are staying in besides us. So that could have been one of the other patrons that came outside talking, yelling, who knows. This has been a really cool little cemetery up here, but I think because of our battery life and because of how quiet it is right now, we had a little bit of equipment interaction, but all of that has really died off completely. Let's head back down to the cottage.
Let's do it.
Let's head back down.
Well, Dave, I think this might be the best way we've ever ended an investigation.
The best or the weirdest? I'm not quite sure yet. I was forced into this.
There's nothing wrong with just two bros in a hot tub.
Yeah. And the romantic one-bed suite.
Hey, listen. This was an amazing night, an amazing investigation. We had a lot of fun. From the moment we stepped into this cabin, there was creepy activity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was. It's been a very cool yet unexpected investigation.
Yeah, and when we heard about the haunted Cottage 13 here at Landall's Mohican Castle, we weren't sure what to expect. We weren't sure whether it was clever marketing or whether there was actually paranormal activity here in this cabin, and we left pleasantly surprised with what we experienced, what we captured, and the overall experience of being here. I mean, that cemetery, the Hyde Cemetery, was very creepy.
It was very creepy. Yeah, that was totally unexpected, being able to go up there and check that out, and we even got some very minor activity up there, but it was cool nonetheless.
Is Murray Station haunted? Yes, it is. 100%.
This is kind of like something out of a horror movie right here.
What in the world?
We've had apparitions, shadow people. We've had doors open and close on their own. At nighttime, this place comes alive.
I have chills. That was full-on footsteps.
I thought I heard a really weird voice say, Satan.
Hold on.
Can you explain the bones that were found under this floor?
That was so cool.
Hey, listen to this.
What am I listening for? Whoa. Dave, we are on our way to Brooksville, Kentucky.
Brooksville, everybody, we're in Brooksville, Kentucky.
We're really excited for this one because we were invited out by the owners of this house, which is a house of significant age. I mean, it is built atop a log cabin that apparently was constructed in the 1790s. This place has so much paranormal activity, so many hauntings, and so many things that people have experienced there that Marshall and Jada contacted us and said, you have to come here and investigate because this place is active. At times it can be terrifying, and it is a very fascinating haunted location.
I'm excited to get down here and check this one out. They have been asking us for weeks and weeks to come out and film at this place, so there's got to be something cool going on here.
There has to be something, and it is less than a mile away, up here somewhere buried in these Kentucky trees, we're gonna come upon this house. I think maybe right here. Slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Here we go. Is this it? Wow, this road is creepy. No trespassing, security cameras. I think this is it. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Wow. Look at how creepy this is. What in the world? Wow. This is kind of like something out of a horror movie right here. You ready for this? I am ready. This is so cool. This is the experience that we at Paranormal Quest dream of. Oh yeah. So excited for this. Well, what do you think, Dave? Do you want to head inside here to see exactly what paranormal activity and hauntings wait inside this historic home? I'm ready. Let's get in there. Let's meet up with Marshall and Jada and see what we can find tonight here at the Murray Station Homestead. Let's go. Let's do it.
Oh, back in the 1700s, it was deeded to the Murray family, and they used it as a way station. This was a store. It was Murray Station Homestead. There was people that crossed through here at the Walcott Bridge. They'd come here to trade, and it was more like a cultural hub of a place here in northern Kentucky. The house was constructed as the cabin, the original log cabin in the 1700s. The outer house was not added until the 1850s. Is Murray Station haunted? Yes, it is. 100%.
This house is creepy. And I mean, we just had some rain hit, so it's very spooky and ominous to hear that rain over the roof of this place. I think that this house has so much history that it's no wonder it's haunted. I mean, this place is one of the oldest houses that we've investigated. The energy here is very, very interesting.
Yeah, I am really excited for this one. When we rolled up on this place, it was like the family was still here. I don't know any of the history about this. You've been talking to Marshall about it, and I don't know. It was just like they were still here. That felt like there were still people out in the yard, still roaming through the house. This is a gem. I think this is going to be a really good night.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, Dave. Before we walk through, because Marshall told me something very interesting. And what he told me was the Murray family had it in their will that they did not want this homestead to be sold out of the Murray family.
In the original will, Mr. Murray stated that the family was to never sell the land out of the Murray clan. It was in the Murray clan for over 200 years and just recently was sold out of it.
So it's interesting that you said that. Kind of gives me chills to think about because all my hair's standing up. But that is what they said. What Marshall told me is that maybe part of the reason why they have an aggressive force that they believe has driven people out of this house, scared people out of this house, is because the house has been sold out of the Murray family when they never intended it to be.
That is very interesting. Like I said, I did not know anything about that. So that is kind of strange.
First time I ever walked in Murray Station was my number one experience. It was me, my daughter Shelby, Becky, and Brian. They're the homeowners. And they were giving us a tour of the property. And we went up to the children's room and I seen Becky. Me and my daughter were standing on side by side of the closets. Becky went to open the door to the closet and it jerked so violently black closed that it almost put her shoulder out of socket. And I seen that with my own eyes. That was the first time I ever walked in here.
It's crazy to think because this staircase, everything, this is an 1800s home. But the minute that you step through these doors right here and into this room, You're now in a 1700s log cabin. And you can just see the shift, can't you?
Oh yeah. Very rustic, looks pretty original in here.
It does, and another thing that Marshall did tell me is that when he and the owner, Brian, were doing work here, he was underneath of the floor here trying to shore up the floor to make sure that it was sturdy. And when he looked underneath, he saw bones underneath this cabin.
Really?
Now, under the cabin floor back here, me and Brian had moved the rocks and seen bones back there underneath the floorboards of the cabin. They may have been, let's say, animal bones, but there are bones under there.
Either way, it's a little bit bizarre that there are bones underneath of the floor of this cabin, especially underneath of this back part of the house that was the oldest.
That is creepy. Yeah, I don't know if maybe back in the 1700s, maybe when somebody died, they kept them close and buried them close.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Or it could have been for cooking. Maybe when they made their meals, they used livestock. Most of the food back then was personally sourced. So maybe that's the bones of the animals, the chickens, the pigs, the cows that they had eaten and cooked over here in this small little kitchen. When they were done with the bones, they just threw them back to the earth. Who knows? So, but you want to walk up these stairs into the second floor?
Not really, but let's go.
The energies here will be playful, such as in the children's room, but it can go from a split second and something shuts them down, like something dominant over them. So I know that there are dominant spirits here, and I know that there are children's spirits here. So this place, it's almost like a gathering place for spirits along this road.
Are you feeling something?
Oh, absolutely. Right in this area here.
And I tell you what, this would be the perfect spot for an abandonment camera, because if you look straight through like that, if you set a camera right here, you can see all the way through to the front of the house. So from the slave quarters back here all the way through to the front of the house, be the perfect place to have a camera to possibly catch shadow figures, apparitions. Who knows? This would be a great place for an abandonment camera.
The county road out here, there's a sign up on it now that says Becky Lane, but the county road used to go through here, and we have been told that when the AA highway was put in, they couldn't stop the creek up, so they had to divert it. And like I said, what we've been told is there was a unmarked graveyard that was just bulldozed out of the way to divert the creek.
There's a room right up here that I think we need to go see, because there's one doll in this house that freaks Marshall out, and it's in this room.
Of course.
That doll has a special place here at Murray Station. It is a doll that has moved by itself quite numerous times and been witnessed by many, many people. 4-H groups, softball teams have literally seen that doll move on its own.
Whether the spirit is attached to the doll or not, they're not sure, but they do know that something in this room has moved that doll on many occasions. And I tell you, if that doll moves on its own, that would be wild.
It would be.
So if there's anyone in here, anyone who continuously moves this doll, now would be the time to move it. Or if you prefer to do it later, you can move it any time tonight. If you don't like an audience, you can move it while we're gone here in a little bit. But there's one room, Dave, that I want to show you.
Okay.
A room that's downstairs that I think we might want to make use of tonight.
Okay. You're freaking me out. What is this?
It's a room specifically for the Estes method.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Let's go check it out.
Let's.
At the daytime here at the creek over here, there's a swimming hole where kids swim. This is a place of joy in the daytime. But at nighttime, this place comes alive. We've had apparitions, shadow people. We've had doors open and close on their own. That's the evidence without the equipment. But when you bring equipment in here, it lights up.
We walked right by it and you didn't even know it.
By the cricket?
No, the room.
Oh, this is the room.
Yes, they have a mirror placed right here on the door that you can either, if you don't want to be blindfolded, it's perfect for scrying.
Ooh.
You could stare into the mirror while you do the Estes to see what you see. There's a chair just set in this little closet in this little pantry.
Whose turn is it?
I think it's yours, isn't it?
Of course it is. Great. Get to go into the spider den.
You get to go into the spider den, listen to the spirit box, and I can close you in, and guess what, when you're in there? It's latched on the outside, so I'll only let you out when I want to.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait.
The house itself is haunted, and it sits on haunted land across from a cemetery that was disturbed, surrounded by 2 strong energy sources. Who knows what could happen tonight? And I tell you, when the sun goes down on Murray Station Homestead and it gets dark, if we thought it was already a horror movie when we pulled up, it's gonna get really creepy here. And I'm excited for it.
There are a lot of ingredients here for a haunting, and I say it's time we shut off these cameras, get abandonment set up, and see what happens while we're gone and get back here for hopefully what is a fantastic investigation. So, if you guys haven't done it yet, hit that like button for us. Let's see if we can get this one up to 6,500 likes, and then we'll do something really cool for Halloween. What do you think, Ryan?
I think we need to do something really cool for Halloween. So let's get this episode to 6,500 thumbs up. And let's start abandonment.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we have all of the cameras set up throughout Murray Station Homestead, and we are going to leave for about an hour to see what occurs when this beautiful house is completely empty.
Completely empty.
Now we have 4 cameras set up in their respective areas, the first of which is right here in what's probably a parlor, maybe a living room. Off to this side of the frame, you can actually see the front stairs that lead up to the 2nd floor just on the edge there, as well as this doorway on the other edge of that frame. And we have a piccolo, the EMF music box. If EMF comes into contact with that, it will play music as a tone. So if anyone is here, you want to hear some music, put some energy into that box and it could play you a tune. Now, in the back of the house, the oldest part of the house, that log cabin.
Oh yeah.
We have a camera set up pointing out through this hallway that leads straight to the front door. We have a REM pod set up in the doorway. So if anything moves between the old log cabin section and this new house, that's gonna set off, that's gonna alarm, and we'll know that someone was there.
We will know, and there's also a cat ball in there.
Hey, maybe one of the children that used to live in that cabin will wanna play with the cat ball.
Maybe.
On the 2nd floor, we have a camera back in the slaves' quarters, pointed from that far back room all the way out into the living quarters, all the way to the top of the stairs here that you can see from the back of the house to the front of the house. We have the EMF tripwire, the paranormal tripwire set up, as well as the spirit pod, as well as some motion sensors all through that 2nd floor. If anything moves in there, we're gonna know it.
We will know.
And then of course, one of our favorite parts of the house, up on that top floor, is that creepy, creepy doll. So we have a camera set up in that room along with the paranormal music box, which I just realized I haven't turned on, and I have to go turn that on before we leave.
Yes.
So before we do the we're leaving, I'm gonna have to go flip that on.
Oh yeah.
We have a paranormal music box in there, as well as a meter right beside that doll. That we have a digital voice recorder recording for EVPs while we're gone, right there with that doll. If something likes that doll, we have all the cameras and equipment to try and prove there's energy with it. So, are you ready to leave the Murray Homestead?
Not yet.
Not yet. But are you ready to leave the Murray Station homestead completely empty after we switch on that paranormal music box?
Absolutely.
Let's go up and do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it to it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and leave. Dave, you wanna give your "we're leaving" to this camera?
I guess. Oh, shut up. I'm trying to do something here. Let's go.
Let's go.
If there are any spirits in the Murray homestead, any of the Murray family, we want you to come out and make yourself known in your own home. We've set up a bunch of toys and stuff here for you. Ready?
Yes.
We're back. We're back. Oh.
Did you do anything? Any of the Murrays here? All right, we're coming in to get that last camera. Can you knock that doll over for us? Push it over. Unless the doll's already pushed over. It is not. The doll is not pushed over. Turning off music box.
I'd love for you to push that doll over.
Ending. Let's sit down here and listen to that. So we're going to listen back to this audio recorder. It is voice activated, so while we're gone, if there's any voices that come through, we won't have to listen to the full hour of abandonment to know if this recorder caught anything. Or if anything happened in this room.
In the doll room, placing the recorder right here with the doll. Moving microphone. Placing the recorder with the doll. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Now we're right now. We're going to leave for a minute. Do you want to talk to that silver box over there? Get rid of the doll. You can knock we're going to leave for a minute. Do you want to talk to that silver box over there? Get rid of the
We're going to leave for abandonment. If you want to talk to that silver box right there, get really up close to the doll and see if you can knock it over. Or get really up close to the doll and see if you can knock it over. Or yeah, so from what we understand, from what we can tell, nothing in here. As far as voices, EVPs go, because nothing activated the voice activation or made that go off to record. So, who knows? Maybe none of this equipment went off in here, but we're still going to watch through all the footage. You guys already know if any of this stuff went off while we were gone. Who knows? Maybe that action cam pointed at the millimeter and the doll caught something.
Perhaps.
But we do think we hear a voice as we're setting up.
Yes.
So,
to me, it kind of sounded like it said the word chair, which is interesting.
Yeah. There's a chair right over here.
There's a chair right there. Very strange, very bizarre.
Very bizarre. So, we are going to set up the cameras, probably grab the SLS camera and do an SLS sweep of this second floor. Maybe end in this doll room and see if there's anything that wants to communicate with us in here.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's see if anyone from the Murray Station Homestead wants to communicate with us.
Let's do it.
What the hell?
Sucks getting old, y'all. Goodbye.
We're going to go upstairs and do an SLS sweep of the second floor. Ending in the doll room, hopefully, to maybe make communication with whoever that is that seems to be moving that doll, whoever seems to be slamming doors in this house, whoever seems to be startling the people who come in here to investigate. So currently we have a camera, 3 cameras technically on the second floor. A camera pointed from the slave quarters down that long hallway. A camera pointed from the front bedroom across towards that doll bedroom, and another camera on that doll in case it moves. Because we've had before where we've had things move or things that have been reported to have been moved that we're not sure whether they actually moved or not, we want to watch that doll as much as we can.
Yes. We've got the doll in the Amy's Crypt Circle of Doom.
That's right. Shout out to Amy's Crypt. We are using the Circle of Doom idea. We're coming upstairs. The cricket's definitely in this room.
Yes.
We're coming up. Just flashed very quickly for a second. It looked like someone was standing over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like very, very fast as I was getting ready to point the camera up the stairs. It flashed right behind where that something's hanging there, but it was behind where that's hanging, like someone was standing in that corner watching us.
Is there somebody standing by the fireplace?
Front.
Are you in front of us here? I heard that.
It sounded like movement upstairs.
It did.
Follow us upstairs. We'll come down here in a little bit and talk to you. This is where it becomes very difficult. An uncoordinated guy walking in the darkness with an SLS camera up the smallest staircase in the entire house. Hello? Okay. I'm up. Is there anyone back here that was enslaved by the Murray family? My name is Ryan and this is Dave, and we've come with the utmost respect and we'd love to talk to you. You have a beautiful home. We'd love to know who you are and why you're here. Move it.
Move what?
You can move it yourself, whatever it is you want moved. We won't be mad. This is your house after all.
What?
I don't know, I just got the chills, like I got spiderweb sensation, but this is gonna sound weird, but it's on my earlobes.
Oh, wow.
Like nowhere else but my earlobes. Mr. Murray, James Murray, are you upset that the house didn't stay in the family, that the land, the homestead, is now owned by someone else? We heard that was in your will.
If that's upsetting to you, can you let us know by moving a door or knocking on something? Still feeling it?
Yeah. Can you stand in front of me on the stairs? We want to know if you're here with us. We want to know what happens to us after we pass away. Can you still hear and see us? If you can still see us or hear us, can you touch one of these strange lights or make something that we set up play music? Are you on the stairs? Or if you really want to send us a message, can you knock that doll over? You know the doll. Marshall told us that he saw you knock it over when he was in the room.
Come outside.
Come outside. We might later, but can you come inside? Walking in this room.
Hear that music? You can make it do that too. You want to try?
Wayne. We'll have to look and see if there's any Waynes on the descendants of the Murrays.
Wayne, are you one of the Murrays?
Come outside.
Again?
Again, come outside.
Over to the swing?
All right, well, we'll leave this stuff in here for you. Then we're gonna. I guess we'll go ahead and come outside then. But we'll be back to come into this doll room. Can you touch those lights for us? Okay, outside we go.
We're doing what you asked. We're coming outside. So while we're outside, we want you to knock that doll over.
Follow you.
You can follow us outside if you'd like.
Don't forget to do what we asked and knock that doll over, please.
You could show the world that you can still hear us after we pass on. If we're going to be out here, we may have to turn that air conditioner off. It's really loud out here.
Ready?
I'm ready. What is this?
It's a camera.
You can stand in front of it and it'll take your portrait. If you've never heard of a camera, if that was before your time, it'll capture you and what you look like. When they built that road up there, did they disturb your grave?
Do you like that swing right there? Can you go sit in it?
Make it move? Whoa.
What?
I just happened to look away and look back and I saw something was mapped behind it.
Can you push that swing for us?
But it disappeared as soon as it mapped.
Really?
Or as soon as I saw it, so I couldn't figure out what it was.
You asked us to come outside, and here we are.
Rolling EVP session. This is outside of the Murray Homestead. Placing the recorder right here on the swing. All right, I set a light down there for you.
Foolish.
Foolish. I set a light down there on top of that swing by the tree. You told us through that device there to come outside. Why did you want us to come outside? Can you still hear us? Are you able to speak to us?
You said follow. Are you following us?
It said Tyler. Let me ask you this, if there is life after death, what did you see?
If you're not going to do or say anything for us out here, we're going to have to go back in the house.
This is your chance here. Give us a message through that red light that I just set down. And then we'll go back inside the house and listen to what you tell us. All right, we're gonna grab it. Take it inside. Ending. It says, oh my God.
What did it say?
It said, why?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because we're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes out here. It said, why like?
Come inside and talk to us. Can you do that?
Okay.
Okay, well, come on.
Let's go inside. That was like a direct response.
It was.
Like multiple direct responses in a row.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
If these ghost tube responses are more than just coincidence, whoever was telling us to come outside has now agreed to speak to us inside the house.
All right, we're back inside.
For the entire time that we've been outside, none of the equipment has alarmed, and nothing unexplained was captured on any of the cameras. But before we can start to investigate again, we have to review the audio recorder for EVP, or electronic voice phenomena.
Placing the recorder right here on the swing.
But when we listen, we don't hear anything unexplainable. So it's finally time to enter the doll room.
If you need to, you can open that door, walk right in.
To see if whoever was so eager to get us to come outside will speak to us inside the house.
Setting ghost tube on the chair. Okay. Whoa.
What?
I don't know if that was a false positive, but after I sat the ghost tube in the chair and I backed up, it mapped something in the chair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it didn't even look like it was the whole chair mapped. It looked like it was someone sitting in the chair. Let me try that again. Put ghost tube down and pull back. No, that's literally the exact same angle that I was at, too. Put ghost tube down, pull back. It's not mapping it.
That's creepy.
I'm gonna try one more time because I gotta test this. Let me just go all around the room here. Because a lot of times when it's false positives, it just gets confused. So just randomness. Go in, pull back out. No.
That's strange.
Remember what you said earlier?
Yeah.
You literally said you felt like it was someone in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Tripwire?
Yeah. Do you like that chair right there? Can you see that ring of pretty purple lights? If you try and pick one of them up, it'll change to a different color. Can we see that? Would you do that for us?
Maybe you don't know how to use farther. Maybe you don't know how to use this. What if I showed you how to use this? You just touch it. Like that.
Does it hurt, Ryan?
It doesn't hurt.
Whoa.
Yeah, get closer to the other one. Can you jump in that circle? And then do that? Do you like that doll? Are you afraid of us men being in here? Please come out and talk to us.
Okay.
Did you say okay again?
Yeah.
Good.
What did it say?
I don't know.
It'll probably have disappeared by now.
What's your name? I'm gonna take this little toy with me. You wanna follow us? You can still talk through it.
Tripwire.
Greetings.
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 Hello. We've been waiting for someone to come out and talk to us. It's cool that you're saying words through this, but if you made something else happen, if you made something light up, or you made something play music, or you moved something, it would help us to show, it would help show us.
Knife.
It would help show us that you're here. We were told by our friend Marshall that the gentleman who owns this place now found bones under the floor of the cabin. Where did those bones come from?
We would love to know your name.
Okay, I have something back here in this corner. What's back in that corner?
A chair.
No, behind that chair.
A wall.
Hello?
Who are you? Can you tell us your name?
If that's you, can you raise your right hand? He raised it and then it's reached out and grabbed the chair now.
Really?
Yes.
Well, hi. Please don't be afraid of us.
Oh, and it's gone.
Hag.
Hag. Who is it that likes to scare people in here? Yeah, there was definitely someone here, and they reached out and they touched the chair. And then... that was kind of strange. Who is it that likes to scare people in here?
I'm gonna sit in your chair. How about that? I'm sitting in your chair now. What do you think of that?
Do you want to go into the doll room for a second? I can put this SLS down. We can sit in the doll room for a second and try an EVP session.
Yeah.
And see if anything will come through that way.
We're back.
Can I sit right here on the floor behind the doll? Rolling EVP session, doll room at the Murray Station Homestead. Placing the recorder. Oh, that was my fault. That was my fault again. Right there with the doll. Marshall said he doesn't like this room. He said there's someone in here that likes to mess with people. If you're in here, you can use our energy to make something happen.
Do you like having multiple visitors now?
Come on in this room. Is that footsteps? I'm not sure. Slowly.
Come on in, you don't have to be afraid.
Is it okay that we're in your house?
If you would like for us to leave your house now, let us know by pushing the door shut to this room, and we'll leave.
Is it okay with you that the current owners of the house are not in the Murray family?
If that upsets you, make a loud noise.
Infant. All right, I'm going to end on this and listen to it. Thanks, Dolly. Ending.
Rolling EVP session, doll room at the Murray Station Homestead. Placing the recorder. Oops, my fault. That was my fault again. Right there with the doll. He's moving. I'm not the camera. I'm not the camera. Right there with the doll. He's moving. I'm not the camera. I don't think the camera did it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You can see the top of it. Here.
Crying.
Whoa.
Thank you.
That has not gone off.
See, that didn't hurt.
Thank you. Recording EVP. It is all the way up.
Do you like that pretty light?
Louder. Thank you for finally setting off those lights. Who's come into this room with us?
Why are you crying?
Chased. Chased. Who chased you? Was there conflict on this land? Did you ever run into the tribe that lived here before you? What was that?
I don't know. It was at him outside.
No, nobody's out there.
That sounded like a chair moving.
The only things I see down there are the cats. And that wasn't a cat making that noise. And they're just sitting down there. Okay. Let's finish this one. Nothing on that one.
That was interesting. I can't believe that went off like that right in front of us.
I know, because how long have we been up here? Like an hour or something? An hour and a half?
Probably.
So that's crazy that we sat down here and then that went off. I mean...
It'd be cool if you could make that go off one more time. Make it light up like you did all those pretty lights. Can you try that for us one more time?
I want to come.
Said I want to come?
Sure did.
I want to come. Well, how about this? Why don't you come with us downstairs? And we'll put Dave in that tiny little room with that head thing on, the thing over his ears. And you can try and talk to him. I'll be asking you questions and you can tell him your responses. How about that? It's time for an Estes.
Let's go.
All right, you ready?
I think I'm ready, man. I don't know. This is really creepy, so...
So here is the lair that Dave is going into right here. He has this little hole-in-the-wall cubby that they made for the Estes session. We're going to lock him in this cubby here. We'll see if he can hear anything, come up with anything. Now, of course, we're going to be recording the spirit box as always, so anything he hears, you're going to hear it as well. We'll put the word up on screen, so it's going to be documented. And we have a camera down here on this end of the hallway and a camera back in the old cabin section with some equipment to see what happens. So, ready, Dave?
I'm ready.
Let's go ahead and...
And I'm not going to be able to get out of here because you can only open this from the outside, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, there is this latch right here that only allows it to open from the outside. So once I lock Dave in here, he's at my mercy until I decide to let him out.
Great.
That's right.
I feel like this is payback for Airedale.
What, for you locking me in the body cooler and leaving me?
Yes.
That's right. Let's see how long we can leave him in here. Bye, Dave.
Bye.
And he's in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and...
Headphones are going on now.
All right. I'm going to roll on the Ovilus. I'm going to turn the Ovilus on. All right, my name is Ryan, and I'm here to speak to whoever would like to talk to me. My friend Dave is over here in this closet. He's got some weird things on his head. I'd love for you to be able to talk to him. Can you go ahead and talk to him for me? What's your name? So I'm going to go ahead and move the Ovilus back here into the cabin section. It's very interesting that I haven't heard Dave say anything yet. Can you please go in there and speak to him?
Gas inside.
Ooh, that's not what you want to hear. Gas inside train. Can you tell us your name? Or can you tell us... That's not me. That's pointed at the fireplace. Holy shit. Hello? Oh.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to change this thing to AM, but it's not working.
Here, let me see.
Like, it's not doing anything when I try to change it.
Scanning AM.
How did you get it to do that?
I just had to stop the sweep first.
I did that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. But the music box just went off in there. I have it pointing at the fireplace, and the music box just went off in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm going to go back in there. Hello? Who was that just made that go off? Can you stand in front of the fireplace again for me? Dave had to switch frequencies, so I had to help him with that really fast. Is the child here? If the child's here, you can play with the music. Let me just stand where I was. I was like here.
I thought I heard a really weird voice say Satan.
Ooh, that's not what you want to hear. Just because we're trying to speak to the dead doesn't mean that we are evil. Who is Satan? Can you tell us? To get this to go off, I have to walk all the way over here. This is where it goes off. So me standing right here where I was, there is no way. Can you tell Dave who is scaring people in this house? Who's knocking things over and slamming doors?
Straight. Child.
Child? It just said child. I said who's knocking things over and slamming doors, and it said child. Yeah, Marshall told us that there was a child here. What's the child's name? Can you make the music play again? I'll step back. You know, it'd be really fun if you made the music.
Disease. Average.
Cut disease average. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That wasn't me. No. Thank you for making the music play. Can you make the music inside the closet with Dave play back there if you get close to that box that's behind him with the red lights? Tripwire. If you get close to that in there, it'll light up and play music. Tim. Is there a child that just plays pranks on people, or is there someone that is angry? Caress. Is there a child that's angry here? Or is there someone else that's angry that's making things move? Or is the child just playing pranks? I'd love to be able to see you.
Shop.
Boy.
I've heard the word Satan come through probably 13, 14 times.
13? Did he just say 13 or 14 times? Who?
Possibly.
Over our possibly. I missed the first word that came through. Who keeps saying Satan?
I just heard it again.
Okay. That may scare some people, but it's not going to scare us out of here. So who are you really?
And again.
Again? All right, I'm not in there anymore. Can you make that go off again for me?
Small room or my room.
Is that your room? Did someone lock you in that small closet there? Are you the child that's been seen here, or are you James Murray?
Hey, listen to this.
I'm listening. What am I listening for? What am I listening for?
Focus. Supply.
Thank you. It said, hey, listen to this. And then the music box started going off. Whoa. That's only the third time it's gone off. Thank you. Yeah, listen to that. Do you like that thing? Tell Dave if you like that thing.
Riot?
Yeah.
The S box just shut off.
It just shut off?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what did that say? It said dragon rust. Like completely, is it dead?
It completely shut off.
What the hell?
This S box has never, ever run out of battery.
No. And let me see here. It's never run out of battery by itself. And the thing is that even if it did run out of battery, it's been charged.
Yeah.
So it's only been running for like what now?
I don't even know.
Like I've been recording on this camera for 17 minutes, so not even like 15 minutes that's been going. And when it's fully charged, it lasts multiple investigations.
Oh yeah.
But you know what's really creepy?
What?
Right after you said, listen to this,
Yeah.
literally within 10 seconds or 15 seconds, maybe less, I was not keeping track of time, but within a very short period of time, the music box went off.
Really?
And continued to go off the longest it's gone off, yet.
Really?
Yeah, it just continually, it shut off for a second, then it started back up again, and then it just shut off and hasn't gone off since. But you said, listen to this. And then the music box started to go.
Oh, wow.
Which was really creepy.
Is it still going off?
No.
Oh, wow.
It shut off by itself, and it hasn't gone off again.
Xbox. Scanning. FM.
It's dead. Yeah, literally, it fully charged
Xbox.
when we started this.
FM.
And
dude,
look at that. It's flashing. Battery dead.
We've had that S box for years.
And it's done.
And it has never died.
Never. Mm-mm.
Because we always keep it fully charged.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get the PSP-7.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine.
Ooh, mine. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this again. He's shut in. What is yours? You stole all that energy from them. What the f was that? That was a weird noise. You stole all that energy from that box that Dave was using. So you should be able to make something wild happen. Can you do that? Johnny Wicked. Is that who this is? Is this John Murray? That does wicked things to scare people out of here? Stream. Did you say mine because this is your house? Are you upset that it left the Murray family? They're taking good care of it, you know. Am not? Hold on. I asked, are you mad that it left the Murray family? And it said, am not. Wow.
Oh, wow.
What? What's wrong, Dave?
This spirit box is just too much.
Too much?
It's just like, it's too, I can't handle this one. It's just overstimulating.
Do you want me to take a turn listening?
You can if you want to. All right, so Ryan's going to give it a go. Guys, I'm just not used to that spirit box. I'm used to the S box.
Good?
Yes, sir. Should be good.
Okay. Get back. Okay, so Ryan and I have switched places. He is now listening, and I'm going to be asking questions. Who's in here with us? Can you tell me what your name is, please? What is your name?
I thought I just heard my name. I thought it just said Ryan.
That's interesting. I heard somebody in here was making that music go off. Do you like the sound of that music? I'd like to hear it. Can you come through the radio and tell Ryan why you're here?
I thought I may have just heard a man say, "Help me."
Help. What do you need help with? What can we do to help? Can you tell me? What can we do to help you? Are you trapped here in this house? Music, yes.
You.
I want to hear that music. Can you play it? Play that music, please.
Dead.
Dead, is that why you're trapped in this house? If you are trapped here, I'm sorry, but...
I thought I just heard a woman that was crying and saying, "Please."
Please what? Can you please answer? What can we do to help? Anything? If you can hear me, ma'am. Can you
Below.
Can you tell Ryan what your name is? Hello. Can you tell us your name, please? Are you a member of the Murray family? If you're a member of the Murray family, can you light up these lights on the floor here?
Let's play. Kid's voice.
Yeah, let's play. What do you want to play with? Which toy do you want to play with? Can you show me?
I'm down here.
Down where? Can you explain the bones that were found under this floor? Whose bones were those? Don't be afraid now. This is your house. Your homestead, right? If you're still here, still enjoying your homestead, come out and show me.
In here.
And where? Are you in the main cabin in the old homestead? If you're in the old cabin, the old homestead, can you make the music go off?
Come to bed.
Can you make the music play again? Can you do that for me?
I'm not really hearing anything else.
No?
No.
That's interesting because nothing has happened out here.
Really? Not since I came in?
Mm-mm.
That's weird because I had that music box going off. Maybe something has been following me.
Maybe, do you want to do a solo in here or something?
Alright, well I guess I'm gonna do a solo here. I'm gonna be in the Murray
Station Homestead completely alone.
Here we go.
Here we go. Actually, would you mind just really quickly helping me lift this table up and over?
Sure.
Whoa, wait. Never mind. I was gonna put that on the table, but it appears that someone is really messing with it right there. All right, well, let me grab this camera again. Never mind, I'll leave it there, I guess. All right, well, you ready to head outside, Dave?
Oh, yeah. More than ready. Shut up, cricket. All right. I'm heading outside. Ryan is going to be doing his solo in here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sure that you can handle this?
We'll see. Murray Station's pretty creepy.
It is.
So I'm going to be in here by myself for a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
Well, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Music box. Oh my god. Hello? Literally as soon as he walked out the door. Did you want me in here alone? Who is this? Literally as soon as Dave exited the house. It was like immediate.
All right, guys, so I finally made it out to the car here. Ryan is inside of the Murray Station Homestead by himself, and hopefully he's getting some crazy activity while he's in there. It seemed like most of the activity was happening while he was investigating and I was either doing the Estes or something else. So hopefully while he is in there by himself, he'll get something. And when I go back in there to see how he's doing, hopefully he can report back with some cool activity. So we will go back in just a few minutes.
If I turn on this box, will you talk to me? This box in my hand right here. I'm going to take a step back here. I want to see if you can use this to talk. My name's Ryan. What's your name? Thank you. Do you like those lights? Do you like that music? Wow. I'm gonna step back away from it here. Can you touch the red light beside it? Thank you. If you like that toy, you might like the one on the stair there. Can you touch that red light? Or maybe you like these lights that run down the hallway here. Thank you for that. I'm going to shut this off because you're not using it to talk. I tell you what, can you make the music play for yes? And then if the answer to the question is no, you can just let the music not play. You didn't make anything happen for Dave when he was in here. Did you want me in here alone? Is that why? Wow. Thank you. Okay, can you step back until I ask the next question? Are you one of the children of the Murray family? No. Are you whoever is buried on this land? Remember, for yes, you make it light up and play the music. I just heard something upstairs. Who's walking around upstairs? I have chills. That was full-on footsteps. For yes, you make it light up and play the music. I just heard something upstairs. Who's walking around upstairs? I have chills. That was full-on footsteps. That was footsteps so clear upstairs. If you're up there, there's more lights up there. You can push them over or touch them.
I heard these footsteps and then asked for whoever is up there to make something happen. And almost immediately, our camera on the second floor begins to malfunction. The autofocus begins shifting, and then the infrared light on top of the camera begins to dim and pulsate. Not flashing, but fading in and out. This could be an explainable and technical malfunction, but the timing is very bizarre. One thing is for sure. Now that I'm alone inside the Murray Station homestead, it seems like the paranormal activity has come to life.
I'm gonna go up there, because I have a plan for that doll. I have a big plan for that doll. Since you like to play with that doll, I think I'm gonna move it. Ooh. Let me reset that. I just f***ed up the whole tripwire line. Well, I stepped on the box. I may have to figure this out later. Tripwire's going off for right now. It was my fault. I'm gonna come upstairs while I think I heard you up here. I also hear you playing that music down there. I hear you. That did not go off at all when I was in the closet listening to the spirit box. It didn't play any music at all. And now that I'm in here alone, it's going off again, just like it was when I was in there with the music box. That's bizarre. That is so bizarre. So I have this box right here. And this little box will play music like this. See when I turn it? Hear that, how that plays? So, I turn it to where it's off, and you can use your energy by getting close to it. But for right now, I'm gonna go get the doll that you like. And I'm going to move this doll. Here she is. Here's the doll you like. I'm going to move it into the hallway here. That's me. And I'll let her hold that box, okay? I'm gonna let her hold this box right here. That is crazy, that's still going off. Can you come play with this music with the doll? Right here where that doll is, I gave it a music box of its own. If you grab a hold of that doll, it should play some music for me. Can you do that? It's me probably here. Yep, that's me. Setting off the REM pod with my leg. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Did you come with me? Do EVP. See if that would have more success than the spirit box. Rolling EVP. Ryan Solo at the Murray Station Homestead. I'm gonna set this right here beside it. How about that? Putting right here. And I'm gonna step back. And then you can talk to that. How about that? Is there something that you need help with? Is there something that you're upset about? Marshall told us that when the new owner, was doing some work sealing up the cabin here, he looked underneath of it and saw bones. Whose bones are those? Are you upset that the new road was brought through and they disrupted the final resting place of the Murray family? Whoever was out there? Can you tell us if you can choose where you went, where you stayed? Did you choose to stay here? Or do you stay here because this is where you passed away? Is your energy trapped here? That's been quiet for a few minutes now. Thank you. So I'm guessing because my yes-no tactic earlier, that means that your energy is trapped here at the Murray homestead. Well, even though you're stuck here, I hope you like it. Do you like this place? Are you unhappy here then? Do you wish you could leave? Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. This is all going to be passed along to Marshall and the owners. Who should be able to help you. Is that why I kept hearing, or I heard someone say, "Help me"? Okay. Well, I'm going to listen back to this now, so if you talked to me, I'll be able to hear your answers along with your confirmation with the music ending. Let me go over here. Thank you. Can you please step away from that for me? I'm going to talk to you again, I promise. I just want to listen to this to hear if you spoke to me. Okay?
EVP. Line solo at the Homestead, Myuu Station Homestead. I'm going to set this right here beside it. How about that? Right here. And I'm going to step back. And then you can talk to that. How about that? Is there something that you need help with? Is there something that you're upset about? Marshall told us that when the new owner, was doing some work sealing up the cabin here, he looked underneath of it and saw bones. What bones are those? Are you upset that the new road was brought through and they disrupted the final resting place of the Murray family? Whoever was out there? Can you tell us if you can choose where you went, where you stayed? Did you choose to stay here? Or did you stay here because this is where you passed away? Is your energy trapped here? Thank you. So I'm guessing because my yes-no tactic earlier, that means that your energy is trapped here at the Murray Homestead. Even though you're stuck here, I hope you like it. Do you like this place? Are you unhappy here then? Do you wish you could leave? I'm so sorry to hear that. This is all going to be passed along to Marshall and the owner. Who should be able to help you. Is that why I kept hearing I heard someone say, help me? Well, I'll listen back to this now, so if you talk to me, I'll be able to hear your answers along with your confirmation with the music. Ending.
No EVPs. None. Well, I appreciate you standing back away from that while I listened for that, even though you didn't speak to me on there. You really stepped back away from that and didn't make it go off, and I appreciate it so I could hear. But it seems you like this yes-no response from the music. And like I said, I'm going to pass this along to Marshall and the owners. Brian and Becky, I believe is what Marshall said their name was. And they'll do everything they can to try and help you, but we have to find out who you are. So can you answer yes, no again with that to help me find out? Are there bones buried underneath of this cabin? Are those bones human remains? Were you buried in the cemetery that was disturbed? Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you. Did they move your remains or did they just push them to the side to divert the creek? Did they move them completely? I should ask that. Yes, no. Did they move your remains completely? So they moved them out of this entire area, and now you're trapped here because you can't find where you're buried. Huh. Well, you know, if you're unhappy here, you don't have to. I know you are. You already told me you're unhappy. We'll find someone who can come in here and help you, okay? We'll see if we can find someone to come in here and help you be at peace. Whether that be here or whether they help you move on. And I want to thank you for speaking to us and letting me know that. And I'm going to go get Dave now. And I think we have all the information we need. We're going to go ahead and pass this along to Marshall. We're going to pass it along to the owners, Brian and Becky. And we're only here for one night, but they're going to be here for a long time, so they're going to try and, you know, they have the resources, they have the time to figure out how to help you. But thank you. And I hope you find peace. Okay, so that was a little wild. Let me go over here to Dave. Hello.
Hello.
He's rolling.
Yeah. I was literally just about to come back in and get you, turn my lav in, or turn my lav in. I turned my lav on, and I looked to my left, and I saw you open the door.
Well, if you had to guess how that went, how would you say?
Slow?
No.
Really?
No. Literally as soon as you stepped out the door and shut that door behind you,
yeah,
the paranormal music box started to go off. And it continued to go off periodically. And it stopped for a good few minutes, and I said, well, since you appear to know how to use that, maybe we'll use that for yes, no. And I started to ask yes, no questions. And there were questions that I would ask that it would not go off. And basically through that yes, no with the paranormal music box, I determined that, I don't know whether they were a member of the Murray family, but apparently they were buried in that cemetery that was bulldozed when they diverted the creek to build the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And they said after that happened, they were trapped and they were stuck here.
Really?
Yeah. And I asked them, I said, well, are you happy here? Music box was silent. And I said, are you unhappy here? Do you want to leave? And it just went crazy.
Really?
Yes. I did at one point hear footsteps upstairs when I was in there. I was down in the log cabin section. I could swear I was hearing footsteps walking upstairs.
Really?
Yes. And so I told him, I was like, we're going to relay this information to Marshall. We're going to relay this information to Brian and Becky, the owners. I believe that's their name. I apologize to them if I got that wrong. But they're in Florida right now, so we didn't get to meet them. And I said, they're going to be here. We're only here for one night. They're going to be here. They own the place. And hopefully they can find a way to help you. So I think that's the best method of action, because we don't have the time, knowledge, or resources to try and do any sort of crossing over.
No.
But I'm sure with all the people that Marshall knows, he might have an idea of who to contact and who to help.
Before we did that, you said that all of the activity that was happening when you were speaking and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we decided to do the solo with you, and then all of that happens when the rest of the night was fairly quiet.
Yeah, and besides the REM pod going off upstairs and what happened with Ghost Tube and everything, but the weird thing was, like I'd mentioned to the camera in there, when you were in there asking questions during the Estes and I was listening, that paranormal music box didn't go off once, did it?
Not a single time.
And then as soon as you walk out the door and leave, the music box starts going off, like, oh good, I get to talk to him again?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that is bizarre.
That is. So, but for now, everyone, we want to thank you guys for watching. This was a very interesting investigation. If you get the chance to come to the haunted Murray Station Homestead, we highly recommend you check it out. You support the history of this place, and you should definitely check it out.
Do it. Book your night here, come check it out. It is pretty cool.
Absolutely. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to subscribe, hit that like button, comment and share, and we'll see you on the next investigation, the next video, the next location on our paranormal quest.
Bye.
Bye.